It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body, supplements that get you moving and keep you moving, that make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world, and you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Hello, everybody from around the world. This is Samson Li coming to you from Los Angeles, California. Welcome to today's Empowerment Tuesday. So it's my pleasure and honor to share with you some inspiring empowerment today. Our purpose for Tuesday is really to help each of you out there to find your motivation, to find your why, to find your reasons to help you grow personally in this business. So today, our topic is expect the unexpected. Isn't that interesting, right? Expect the unexpected. So what does that mean? So I thought about it, in my own journey, 20 years journey in the industry, that what it took me from the very beginning to get to the top of the industry, one important thing was about having an open mind. Just know that anything is possible. So today I thought I will break it down very simple in just 3 categories. We need to expect the unexpected. So the first category I would say is the platform. So 3 is an incredible platform, a global cross-border e-commerce platform. And if you think about those words, each word is very significant in defining the potential of what business could be. One of my favorite speakers, motivators, and a good friend, Mr. Les Brown, he says, most people fail not because they don't have goals, because they set their goals too low. I thought so profound, right? So we just don't know what we don't know. So if you think about cross-border, that means international. E-commerce. What is e-commerce? And very often we know now we do business online, such as like buying things from Amazon or eBay or whatever platform, wherever you are. That's e-commerce. So what does that involve, right? If you think about that, if there's a company with an infrastructure that has products that could go all over the world, what is the potential? The potential is definitely very big. And having been in this industry for 20 years, and maybe I was one of those people who were destined to be a witness at the beginning, because, like 20 years ago, I was a very practical businessman, having done real estate, having done retail. I used to have 3 furniture stores. I've been an auctioneer, having done one school, I was one of those who need to see it to believe it, and maybe that was it. So I had the opportunity to be by my good friend and business partner Kim Pui's by her side in the last 20 years and really see this cross-border e-commerce model change people's lives. And if we think about it, right, 20 years ago, that's a long time ago, 2 decades ago. And e-commerce was just starting. There were companies such as Amazon, maybe at the time, let me see, they were still pretty new. Maybe I think they might have, but at that time in 2005, 2006, they might still be losing money or maybe just started to make money in e-commerce. But at that time, I saw my friend Kim in 2.5 years really help a company spread their business to over 195 countries and territories. At the time, just thought I didn't even know there's that many. I saw her build a team of people, more than 240,000 people in a little bit more than 2 years. Those numbers, even today, is staggering. And well, did she expect it? I don't know. I never asked her. Maybe we need to get her one of these Zooms. But for me, I was right there. I saw it happen. When it was happening, I didn't know what was happening. I just saw meeting, product work, people making money, and then start going all over the place. I start hearing different names of different countries I've never heard of even. And soon, yeah, many people became very successful. Just one of them was not me. Just not me. Because I guess I didn't expect it. I didn't realize what I had in my hand. At that time, after that first company, I decided, you know what? Definitely, I do not know enough. We just don't know what we don't know. And one of the, in my journey, I had a chance to put together a speech about leadership. And one of the people, I believe it was John. Let me think who it was. It was um, it was somebody who said that. I think it was John Adams. He said that if you have a vision, okay, you are a leader, right? If you can help people reach their vision, you are a leader. If you have something of value to offer, you are that leader. And many times, we grow to be that leader that can lead people, that can show people the way. John Maxwell said, leaders know the way, goes the way, and shows the way. We need to do that. And so how important is it for you to know what to expect? Well, it starts more than that. And of course, what I'm talking about now is just about the platform, the business platform. My advice, my call to action in terms of, you know, expect the unexpected in terms of the platform is really go find out, ask, listen to, learn from people who are doing it already, who has the vision, who know what it is. Many years ago, I decided, maybe I don't see things the same way as Kim sees it. So maybe if I want to be where she is, I need to be able to see things the way she sees it. So Tony Robbins say, one of the fastest way, most simple ways to success is to model somebody, right? To copy somebody in a way, right? So just think about that. Expect the unexpected. Your business is bigger than what you think it is. Your potential in the business is much more than what you think it is. So what is the right way to think about it? You just have to listen and do, listen and do. Listening is passive learning. When you do, is active learning. And it's the active learning that actually creates the habit, successful habits, best practice habits to get you to be better in your business, to create more value as a result, and move your business forward and make more money. Okay. So now let's talk about the second point. The second part I want to share is about people. Expect the unexpected. Many years ago, when I was in college, I uh, had found by accident during summertime a job in a furniture store and going to school, making a little bit of money on the side, furniture stores, doing sales. I had no idea what sales is. Oh, here's a customer walk in. They're looking for something. Okay, just go talk to them. I don't know what to say. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, right? Until one day it really came to me, and this was like after a few months, right? 3 or 4 months, and right at my quote unquote probation, toward the end of my probational period. I just felt like, yeah, they really like something, but I guess they just need some more information. And I started just volunteering what I know about the product, or it was a sofa about the fabric. I still remember what it was, right? I still remember exactly. And then I realized, oh, you know what? Yeah, meet people, talk to people, have a good attitude, maybe make their day brighter, and try to help them, offer them good information and advice. Oh, that's what selling is. So it's not really selling at all. It's helping. So at 18, 19 years old, I realized that. And then later I moved into the real estate business, getting my real estate license with accounting and real estate principal classes. And I started doing mortgages and a little real estate whenever I can. So that's my stint in doing that. And if you asked me back then, right, and how is it? It's like 46 years ago. Well, no, is it 46? No, 36 years ago, 37 years ago, that I started my journey as a business owner, entrepreneur, that somehow I would be doing what I'm doing today, traveling the world, helping people, teaching people, sharing about health, wellness, human potential, business potential, the ins and out of how to run a marketing business. I would never think it like that because I did not come from a family who was involved in this kind of business or in marketing, as a matter of fact. I'm the only one, I think, among all the relatives I know, all the cousins, uncles, and aunts I know, even grandparents. I'm the only one who do what I do. Is that okay? Yeah, it's okay. It's quite a little bit tougher journey nobody, when you don't have that kind of background, but you find your mentors here in this industry. So as a result of my own journey, I realized something, and having witnessed, people after people after people after people doing the unexpected. I learned to be non-judgmental, be open, and because if our minds are open, we actually help them unleash their potential. Uh, how should I say? Well, if I was going to break it down, we all grow up with limitations because we're told we need limitations for our safety, right? So, especially if you have kids, right? Don't touch the fire. Careful, the water's hot. Um, be careful. Don't, you got to stop at this as a street corner, look both ways before you cross the street. Limitations over and over again. And that started to become a habit, right? Now, this habit obviously was designed to protect us and is still to some degree today, right? But on certain things, in terms of adapting to change, it's when you have a lot of limitations, you need to break through. And why do we need to adapt to change, though? Because if we don't change, look out. The world keeps changing without you. And that's how it is. So, I learned that, um, well, you have to have some courage to change. Or courage is to act in spite of having fear, right? And actually, the opposite of fear is not courage, it's actually love. How you love yourself enough to do it, how you love other people enough to take that breakthrough, how you love yourself enough to create the breakthrough, to break those habits. So I learned that when I meet people, I always try to see the light that's in them, regardless, right? It works for personal relationships too. Helps to make life better. In life, in especially in our business, it's about people and business. It's all about relationships. As a matter of fact, I believe that most businesses run on relationships, but no business school would ever teach you how to have a better relationship, right? I've never seen a course like that. Relationship 101, a requirement for business, for a bachelor's degree in business administration. I don't think so. But as a fact, though, that is a very important aspect of business. The other day, I was reading an article and it talked about uh, what kind of people gets the fastest promotions in companies. And the type of people that get the fastest promotions are not necessarily the smartest one or the most hardworking, but they're definitely the common denominator, the best communicator, the people with the best people skills. Oh, that's very interesting. So let's make a note of that. So how to expect the unexpected from people? See the light in them, know the potential. Many years ago, I met one gentleman, and I thought, I don't know if he can ever succeed in the business. Now, our business, though, of course, all of you know that it's not only what you do, but what you help other people accomplish also, right? So this gentleman, he didn't speak very well at all. He had actually trouble speaking, and he seemed, if the word humble and meek comes to mind, when you meet him, that's how you felt about him. Not that he was meek or anything. It's not in a demeaning manner, but just in a very humble manner, maybe. And I just thought, well, he doesn't know how to sell. He doesn't, not like me. He doesn't dress well either. He's just very ordinary. The way he combs his hair is a little messy, as a matter of fact. At the time back then, appearance accounts for a lot. But I just thought, yeah, I needed to build my business and I would just work with whoever wants to work. And he wanted to work. So we start working together. And he brought people after people after people after people. And I was shocked. I said, wow, what did he say? Why would people show up for him with all those, I thought, deficiency? But I realized it wasn't because they trusted him, period. He was the last one to leave church to make sure everything is done and cleaned up. People like him. He's friendly. And people want to help him. And that's how I invited people. And soon he had a team of 1,500 people in 6 months. I was like, wow, amazing. Never underestimate. It was through him that a group of ladies showed up and they made it happen. And we worked together, of course, work hard. He was a security guard that worked graveyard shift, so he could never come to a meeting at night. It's quite an incredible story. Uh, so, but over and over again, I see it. In my previous business, I had one contact, and I say contact, one step further than an acquaintance, right? It's like family, friends, acquaintance, and a contact. Somebody I met 1 year before I started that business. And I just kept in touch every 2, 3 months. I see them on Skype, just say, hello, how you doing? She was in the financial industry, US, and also travels to Asia back and forth. Um, didn't know her well at all. I met her at a birthday party. Well, it was a little bit into my previous business when I saw her on Skype. I said, hello, how you doing? And she was overseas, just very cordial conversation, very short. She asked me what I've been up to. I said, "Oh, I just started a new business." I'm waiting for her to ask me that, right? And she's all, "What kind of business?" Well, I told her a little bit about it, just a little. I don't know, because you can't say much on Skype, right? Just typing. So, and she said, "Oh, you know what? When I come back to the US, no, we meet up. We can talk about it. You can share with me more." I said, "Oh, okay, great." So I made a point, I marked it down my calendar, right? So when she's come back and give her a call, we met up, she joined that business and I didn't know much. Next day she calls me after she joined and say, "Oh, so how do you get paid again?" So I had to explain the comp plan to her. Next day she asked me, "Oh, how do you activate your wallet?" I said, "Oh, okay." And then I showed her how to do it. And then she asked me, "Oh, what about this product? Tell me a little bit more. What does it do?" And this is all before she got the product. Little did I know, after she joined, the next day she went up to share with other people, get customers and sponsor business partners. Well, through her, I found one of another lady who just never done this business before, never been in the industry, but definitely somebody who hustles. And within about 10 years' time, about 300,000 people. appeared in her group. So one person could open the door like that. Now you say, wow, how lucky can you get, Samson? Well, let me tell you. Of course, it wasn't luck. We had to work to create that organization. But when you find somebody coachable, willing to work, hustles, like all time, even the previous gentleman I mentioned, he wasn't a hustler, but he wanted it. He just kept introducing people at his pace, and those people showed up. And there you go. Well, this second lady, did not build very big, but the person that she sponsored did, right? And so she did extremely well. But in my previous business, that was not the only case. It happened over and over and over again. As a matter of fact, my biggest group is not even that group. So it was through somebody I met one time in Canada, and uh, and that's it. A year and a half later, she reached out and said, "Hey, can we buy the product in Asia?" I said, "Yeah, of course. We just opened an office in Hong Kong." And she did. And the product helped her. Then she asked, "Oh, how am I doing in the business?" I said, "I'm doing incredible. I'm traveling all over the world, helping people and doing very well." She wanted to build a business. And what happened was that after I met her shortly, uh, she, she fell down the stairs at work and she was closing the door. It was a few hours later that people found her at the bottom of the stairs. And she had a concussion and she quit her job. She sold her car. She had an 8 to 9 year old son at that time. Yeah, I just thought maybe I can help her. So I did. I tried to reach out to her to see how she is, whatever she need. I helped her. She came to a conference. She brought some people. They went back a month later. They decided to go to work. And my biggest group was actually from that group. Who knows? Now, is it luck again? No, because over and over again, I've seen this happen not to me, but to others also. But you got to be there. You got to work it now so you can be prepared. Can learn the business now. So when these people appear, that you are equipped in your mind, in your habits, in your environment to help these people, okay, to teach them. So all that you do now is okay. Okay. You're paving the way. This is the same with any business, not just our business, any business. Now, the third thing I want to share with you, how to expect the unexpected, is from yourself. Expect the unexpected from yourself. You are much more than who you think you are. There's a saying, we are the story that we tell ourselves, but you are not. You are much more than that. You're born with gifts. You're born. Every baby, they say they have their own character. So with character comes gifts, right? How you are, well, there's certain things that are definitely good about you, and there's certain things that are not good about you, just like anybody else. Nobody's perfect. Perfection is the I should say, per perfection is not necessarily good. It's only good for certain things. But knowing that nothing can be perfect, it only can get better through refinement of what we do and who we are. So you have that in you. Will you let yourself do it? Will you let your gifts come out? Will you put yourself through to reveal that gifts? Because some things are hidden through those things we learn in life when we're young, those limitations. You know, um, it's like when they train a horse, right? And you try to have uh, put a saddle on them for the very first time. It's not like you're gonna do it. It's not like they're gonna be docile and you're just gonna do it. They're gonna fight. Why? Because a horse is born with a sense of freedom, pure freedom, to be free. You don't want anybody sitting on them. But certain things, because people wanted to do it, well, the horse changed, right? So that's the difference between a wild horse and a bred, one that's bred, right? So think about that. We're all kind of like that in a way. We have covered our gifts, maybe because people told us, "Oh no, you shouldn't do that." Oh no, that's not for you. It's not your time. This is not your thing. Our family, we do this thing. Okay. So when's the last time your family gave you the freedom to do it? Not that you have to be rebellious, but consider for yourself and why you're in the business. When I gave myself permission to not be broke, let's just put it that way, many years ago, right? When I lost everything. When I gave myself permission to go just do something to be different. Why not? How many people in their 30s back then, when I was 30 something, that had a chance to start over again because I was broke? What a way to look at it, right? Yeah, I could do anything I want. I can apply myself to anything. It's just your thinking and your energy. Every day we can do that. So expect the unexpected from yourself because you are beyond what you think you can do or cannot do. So I would suggest that not only on a big picture level for your business, but on a personal level. If you want to change, a very good friend of mine said, just change 1% a day. Aim for that 1% a day. Every mountain starts with the first, every climb starts with the first step, right? You want to get to the top, one step at a time. But don't let your mind get stuck on any one step, but rather than the beauty and the vision of that mountain at the top. So you gotta, and what you gotta do is just let go a lot of things, and sometimes that's hard because we are mind, body, spirit. We have to let go many things. Now, maybe those of us who are at the top, we've been through a lot. We've interacted with more people, and maybe in a way, my own philosophy that didn't learn from anybody, but it's out there. It's definitely among the wisdom of human learning is that I realized that people are like mirrors to us. So when we see somebody doing something good, we feel good. Hey, that's right. It's good. We acknowledge that, and we acknowledge that part is in us. When we see somebody do something bad, oh no, that's bad. That's not me, in a sense. So it's like a mirror. And so in this business, we refine ourselves through other people, by watching other people, and and at the same time, then through these through being a witness like I was, that we can unleash. We recognize that, you know what? I have a piece of that too. You know, yeah, I can be like that too. You know, maybe I can try to be like that. Maybe I can get some result like them. Why not? So change your story. That's how it works. So expect the unexpected in yourself. Don't get in that pattern. You know, like my kids. Sometimes I ask them, "Would you like to go here?" No. What would you like to? Would you like to eat this? No. I say, "You're turning into Mr. No." Okay. You know what you should do if Mr. No ever shows up to you? You know what you say? Just brush it off. Thanks for sharing. Expect the unexpected. All right. So, because your potential is ahead, it's not in the past. Don't let that get to you. Don't let that hold you back. Just let it go. Take a deep breath, let it go. Okay. And sometimes it's, of course, not just the fact that things happen in the past, but the emotion that's attached to it. And that emotion is actually also attached physically to your body. Okay. I don't know. Maybe you need to go get a massage or something just to get it out, to release it, right? But take a deep breath, whatever you need to do. You pray about it, you think about it and make a decision to change, to do something different. That's when that 1% start to kick in. Every day we do that, your refinement would turn you into somebody that you would never expect you would be. If back then, when I was going to college, getting a Bachelor of Science degree, BS degree in business administration, real estate and finance as an option, you know, if you told me someday, hey, Samson, you have potential to speak around the world in front of thousands and thousands of people and do very well, live an incredible life, and able to teach others and help other people. I'm like, no, that's so far away from me. But as a result, some things are in your destiny. Let that come to you. Okay. Just say, I receive. All right. Yeah. All right. So I hope this Empowerment Tuesday have give you food of thought, give you some vibes to really know that you are more than who you think you are. Expect the unexpected in business, in people, and in yourself. And your life will change, just like many of us have. All right, God bless all of you. And we have these calls every week, amazing leaders to help you and to share with you their experience and wisdom. I'm just one of many, and there'll be more and more. So make sure you plug in and tell your team to plug in. Okay. Have an amazing day. You deserve it. God bless. Take care. Bye.